Alright, hello everyone, Little Smith here. Tuesday again, so let's do another file reading slash memo readings video from the Silent Hill Memories website for the game Silent Hill 3. So yeah, there's a lot, and it's like transcripts as well, item memos is basically everything. Memos. The following are all the regular memos that will be added to the memo section of your inventory upon first reading. Let me just check my recording levels. That's fine. Bookstore memo. Normal riddle level. Fair is foul and foul is fair. Put these books out of order. And on the hard riddle level, you get more context. In here is a tragedy. Art thou player or audience? But be as it may, the end doth remain. All go on only towards death. The first words at they left hands, a false lunacy, a madly dancing man, hearing unhearable words dawn to a beloved's grave, and there, mayhap, true madness at last, as did this one, playing at death, find true death at the last, killing a nameless lover, she pierced a heart rent by sorrow. Doth lie invite truth, doth verity but wear the mask of the falsehood, art thou pity ye thou miserable ones, still amiss lies, through the end cometh not, therefore yearn for death, wilt thou attend to thy beloved, truth and lies, truth and death, the game of turning white to black and black to white, not a silence brimming with love more precious than flattery, a peaceful slumber preferred to the throne bemixed of blood. One vengeful man spilt blood for two youths shed tears for three witches disappeared thusly, and only the 4 keys remain. But verily, in here is a tragedy. Art thou player or audience? There is nothing which cannot become a puppet of fate, or a onlooker peering into the cage. I wouldn't have understood a word of that on the hard riddle level. Ticket machine newspaper. Fatal accident at Hazel Street. At about 11 p.m. on the 4th, a man walking onto the platform, waiting on the platform at Hazel Street Station, fell onto the tracks, and he was decapitated by the arriving St. Regina College-bound train. The victim died instantly. While police has not determined whether the death was an accident or a suicide, witnesses report that the victim did not look inebriated and seemed to jump off the platform deliberately. Then it's a fucking suicide then, isn't it? The victim's identity is still unknown. Well, since there's nothing left of him, it would be unknown, wouldn't it? He was approximately 40 years old, 5 foot 10 inches tall, and wearing a black jacket. It's dark. Occult magazine. The souls of those who died suddenly by suicide or accident don't realise they're dead. Sometimes they stay put and haunt that particular place. These spirits have lost their human senses and memories and can only keep replaying the pain and sadness of the moment they die. That's horrible. Hope death ain't really like that. The pain can get so bad that they turn to humans for salvation, or they begrudge humans their lives. At such times they can possess humans. Places known as famous suicide spots or high incident or accident areas are often to blame. You should be careful when approaching such locations, especially on the day or at the same at the time that the death occurred. That is, if you don't want it to happen to you. About the monster in the water. There was a monster in the water. No shit. The bastard killed two of my buddies. I should have never have doubted that old urban legend about the alligators in the sewers. That was no myth. But no one believes me. They were drunk and slipped. Oh, and they were drunk and slipped? They were not that damn stupid. Even calling it a monster isn't quite right. It is something else. All I know that something's in there. I'm going in now to beat that thing's head in. If you find this note, consider it my will. Revenge is futile, or so you may think, reading this. But Jose and Jamie were my best buddies. I wish I knew. I wish I knew how to do the deed. Guns won't work underwater. Even my famous knife work won't do much. If only I had a hand grenade. That's that water. Where that tentacle monster, you only see a tentacle, you don't see the actual monster, so you have no idea what it is. The way to beat it is in the sewer level. Well, not sewer level, I think the station level, I'm not quite sure. You find a hairdryer, you plug it in the outlet, and you just chuck it in the water and it kills it. So electric and water doesn't mix, in other words. Photo on the chair. Find the Holy One. Kill her. That's nice. Picture in the gallery. Flame purifies all. By these remains may a person find the road to paradise. This is in the Hilltop Centre. I think the Hilltop Centre is like one of my favourite places in the game. That and the hospital, I think. Thus one's life turns to riches. What was a bag of silver coins is now a number in the book. Yet fate have no price. But do people know this? Fairy tale, the beginning. This is like the main puzzles. Well, not puzzles, just like the main lore that you get in there. Once upon a time, there was a monster living at the gates of a village. It was a very scary and very bad monster. It would catch people and crunch them up with its big teeth. The village was very afraid of the monster, and no one would dare to approach the gates. Everyone was stuck inside the village. When the king heard about this, he summoned the knights. The knights eagerly rode out to defeat the monster. Ha, take that. Their swords slashed and their spears flashed, but the monster would not die. The monster tossed the knights into its mouth one by one, horses and all. What was the king to do? He fretted and fussed the place and the floor. And paced the floor, there you go. But could think of no solution. Soon after, the village priestess came to the castle. She was a very kind and good person. The king asked her to defeat the monster guarding the gates. How did she get past the monster to get to the castle? Fairy tale continued. The priestess accepted the king's request and went to the village gates. But when she saw the monster, she tried to convince it with words instead of killing it. Shut up, you! I'm going to eat you up. The monster didn't listen to a word the priestess said. But she kept trying to convince the monster to get up. It is wrong to eat people, you know. Yeah, that'll fucking sort it. The monster grew very angry at this and attacked her, killing her with a mighty blow. The last part of the story. The king and his people shed tears at the death of the kind priestess. God, God took pity upon them and granted their wishes, healed the priestess. The priestess opened her eyes, just as she has done every morning of her life, and then she went out once more to the monster's lair. Fool, you wish to die again? No, this time is your turn. The priestess has come to defeat the monster once and for all. Oh, so the monster has a lair. Okay, that's how she got past. As the priestess was very, very kind, she felt sad about the task, but it had to be done. Swords and spears won't work. Arrows and bullets will just bounce off. You can't defeat me. The monster laughed, but the princess used neither sword or spear. She chanted but a single spell. Tu fui ego eris. Do you know what happened then? The monster let out a huge cry and then died and vanished. That sent a chill down my spine, by the way. Thus the villagers were able to use the gates one more. Everyone lavished in their gratitude upon the priestess, and they lived happily ever after. Right, there is a thing there, that spell, in the hilltop centre, when you're about to go down to the bottom floor, you find these snippets of this story, and you can't get past the monster. You can go up and touch it, but you can't get past it. It's blocking the entrance. When a cutscene triggers after you read the last part of the story, and Heather basically says the words, and you hear a cry, and that monster's not there anymore. So it's linked to the story. It's really good at how it's done, by the way. I need to play it again. And the original Silent Hill 2. Silent Hill Tourist Information. So we're out of we're inside Haven's Night now. Welcome to Silent Hill. Silent Hill, a quiet little seaside resort town. We are happy to have you. Take some time out of your busy schedules and enjoy a nice restful vacation here. You bullshit, it's Silent Hill. Row after row of quaint old houses, a gorgeous mountain landscape, and a lake that shows different sides of its beauty with the passing of the day, from sunrise to late sunsets, or late afternoons to sunsets. Silent Hill will move you and fill you with a feeling of deep peace. I hope your time here will be pleasant and your memories will last forever. Editor Roger Waldmark. About Leonard and Stanley. Leonard Wolf. This is the hospital, Brookhaven Hospital, not Hilltop Hospital. Leonard Wolf, room S12, presenting mild autovisual hallucinations, emotion instability, obsessive ideas, suspect mild schizophrenia, will continue observation. Basically calm and cooperative with a strong sense of justice. However, according to reports, becomes very violent when overexcited. Stanley Coleman, room SO7, usually passive and cowardly, or also egotistical. Sometimes shows and acts on obsessive attachment to a particular woman. This has caused violent incidents. Use caution. Is that particular woman Claudia by any chance? Because I know, like, Leonard Wolf, Leonard is Claudia's father. I do know that. But Stanley Coleman. Oh no, yeah, Heather. He's infatuated with Heather, and he's the one that calls her on the phone in the hospital. Yeah, he's a bit of a weird one. He's got an incel voice. Second East Hall memo, easy riddle level. Press move to right, move up one, move to down. The door shall open. And the normal riddle level. The first is larger than the second is twice the third is smaller than the fourth is half the first. 4 of the numbers are not repeated, 3 are not on the top row, 2 are not on the right row. One of the numbers is the final key. To be fair, I did get that because I tried this on like normal riddle level as well. I actually got that right because it's quite good. There's a helicopter outside my window. And on the hard riddle level, pure eyes, blue like a glassy bead. You are always looking at me, and I am always looking at you. Ah, you're too meek, beautiful, unspoiled. Thus I'm so sad I suffer, and so happy it hurts. I want to hurt you and destroy myself. What you would think if you knew how I felt? Would you simply smile, not saying a word? It's a fucking long one, by the way. Even curses from your mouth would be as beautiful as pearls. I place my left hand on your face as though we were to kiss, and then I suddenly shove my thumb deep into your eye socket abruptly, decisively, like drilling a hole. Jesus fucking Christ. If that ain't love, I don't know what is. And what would that feel like? Like jelly, trembling with ecstasy? I obscenely mix it around and around. I must taste the warmth of your blood. Fucking hell. I've never tried this on like hard riddle level. Was I only like normal? How would you scream? Would you shriek? It hurts, as Cinnabar red tears stream from your crushed eye? You couldn't. How is this a riddle puzzle poem? You can't know the maddening hunger I felt in the midst of our kisses. So many of them I lost count. As though drinking in your cries, I bring hopes of fruition, biting your tongue, shredding it, biting at your lips as it's tasting your lipstick. This is Coleman. This is Stanley writing this, I bet. Oh, that euphoric heights I would reach, having my desires fulfilled like a greedy, gluttonous cur. I longed too for your cherry-tinted cheeks, tasty enough to quench my tongue. I would surely be healed, and would cry like a child. How tender is your ear, it brushes against my cheek. I want to I would fight. Like, seriously, what's going through people's minds? I want it to creep up to my lips so I can sink my teeth into its flesh. Your left ear always hearing words, whispered sweet as pie. I want to hear my true I want it to hear my true feelings. I never lied, no, but I did have my secrets. Ah, but what must you think of me? Do you hate me? Are you afraid? As though inviting you to the agony at the play's end. If you wish, you could destroy me. I wouldn't care. As you wish, you may destroy me. I wouldn't care. How is that like? This is a like a riddle. A riddle. This is part of a riddle on hard mode on how to get the codes for the door. Like, how is that a code? Corpse tattoo. The start of time is the key. And that's another clue for a puzzle. Memo about the corpse. This is about the corpse, by the way. Background unknown, name age unknown, not admitted patient, found in poor mental state on hospital grounds and temporarily installed in a room M4 at the chief's discretion. Died late tonight from blood loss due to several severed carotid artery. Was grasping own kitchen knife in right hand. Assume it was cause of the neck wound. Possible suicide, but wound angle suspicious. Sent to second floor treatment room for further investigations. Have received no proof or corroboration of event from the patient residing in the same room. Have not notified police. You should notify police, by the way, over that. However, for future necessity, leave victim's bed and effects intact. Room M4. Photo. Backside of shelf. This is what you have to use the camera for. You get the camera in the basement, I believe. Random 4-digit code. Hope's House article. Teaching Despair Hope House. Hope House is an orphanage on the outskirts of Silent Hill, but behind its false image is a place where children are kidnapped and brainwashed. So it's very similar to the orphanage in Resident Evil 2 remake, by the way. Hope House is managed by the Silent Hill Smile Support Society, a charity organisation sometimes called 4S. It's true that 4S is a well-respected charity that takes in poor children without homes and raises them with hope. But at its heart, it's a heathen organisation that teaches its own warped dogma in lieu of good religious values. Mr. Smith, temp, who lives near Hope House, had this to say. Sometimes at night I could hear their weird prayers and the sound of children crying. I went there to complain one time, but they ran me right out. Since then, it hasn't changed a bit. In fact, this reporter was refused admission when he attempted to take photographs of the facility. What exactly do the folks at Hope House have to hide? During my investigations, I was able to discover, however, a suspicious-looking round concrete tower which appears to be part of their facilities. Unfortunately, no one was willing to tell us what the tower was used for, but it seems unlikely that it was anything to do with the business of raising orphans. Maybe in fact it was a prison or a special place of worship. The cult religion that operates Hope House is known to the locals simply as the Order. It's a religion that is deeply interwoven with Silent Hill's history, but its worshippers fervently believes that they are among the elite's chosen people that has a dark and dangerous side. I intend to continue my investigation of Hope House and the cult behind it. I've always believed that telling the whole truth and showing the children the true path is our most important duty. Joseph Schrober. Now talk about the tower, right? And now there is a huge prison tower in Silent Hill the room when you go into the dream sequences, isn't it? Is that like that? I mean I know it's not. That's not in Silent Hill, but it does strike my mind up like it could be something like that. It's a shame that you don't visit in this game like Hope House. That would have been interesting. Stanley's diary in the visiting room. The day has finally come. That's right, the day when you and I will meet. I was always thinking of you here in this gloomy cell. I have never knew your name or face until today. But now I know you're the one I have been waiting for. And haven't you been waiting for me too? That is why you come to rescue me. Oh, how I love you, Heather. I want to give you my prized doll I have made to commemorate our meeting. And the start of this everlasting love. I can finally see your smiling face, Stanley Coleman. Oh, fucking creep. Stanley Coleman's diary, C4. The organisation has shut up in here. Has me shut up in here. They meant to break my will and make me forget about all that. But I'll stay sane even if they throw me in here with these lunatics. How about if I stick this to the wall? what would be worthless, you can just peel it off, can't you? With those with that junk, those nasty ventures won't stop using. If a thing has no meaning, there is no reason for it to exist at all. Just as you exist for me. But why haven't you taken my doll with you? Ah, my gift must have embarrassed you. How cute of you, Heather. Stanley Coleman. And his diary again, this time in the East Hall. You may not have realised your own true feelings, but you sense them unconsciously, and you're trying to get closer to me. That's a virtue, the path to paradise. If the door is locked, open it. Use the password for the prison gates. Doctor, I've forgotten his name. Anyway, that quack has it posted. He should be there too. I mean, 4 numbers wouldn't have been good enough, but he kept on going. Isn't it a shame I'm not there? Aren't you irritated? I long for you, but you're so cruel. I still want you, Heather. Stanley Coleman. And his diary again, this time in room M4. There was a tattooed guy on that rumpled bed. Not anymore though. The alarm clock and that filthy bag are his. Ah, but don't misunderstand. I haven't done a thing. I didn't hate him, even though he was a liar. Shall I write something of my own on my chest, where I can't cut it open to where I can't cut it open to show you my heart? I love Heather. No, something a bit more forceful. I love Heather isn't enough for what I feel. Oh, what a tender emotion this image brings, Stanley Coleman. And he writes another one in the ST room. Flowing freely, your ebony hair, like a night sky scattering fragrance. My heart clamouring in my chest, like a storm, you trifle with it. Your pristine glance like a feast when you smile. My thoughts disturbed, my breath like opium, it drives me mad. Eric, a great poet who conveys my feelings so well. I shouldn't have let this place get to me. Should never have gone crazy, but it's superbly enjoyable to drown in my love for you. But why won't you accept my proof of love? Accept proof of my love. Don't stand on ceremony now. After all, you and I exist as one. What I give to you is the same as what you give to me. Is what I give to me. Stanley Coleman, and he fucking goes on and writes another one. In the storeroom, Heather, my most sacred lover. This is all in the hospital, by the way. I'm always watching you, no matter where you are or what you may be doing. I have never lost sight of you. I know you feel intensely lonely. Yet, with a single key to this door, those feelings won't stand in the way much longer. I haven't been able to see each other. We haven't been able to see each other for so long. Be patient. It's just a little longer. I'll be patient too. Even though I long to hold you in these hands of mine. The key is behind the shelves in the underground storage garage. Why there? Ask that idiot doctor. There's not a single person here who's right in the head. Not just in this hospital, I mean all of Silent Hill, where we ain't fucking lying then, except me. Yeah, I'm pretty sure you're the nuttier one. And the last one, well, not the last one, these are shorter ones. This one's on the staircase. I also like the rooftop. It makes me want to fly. You too? Stanley Coleman. And his diary in room S7, bit of a longer one. Goodbye, Heather. I'm sorry I wasn't able to respond to you, my love. Or to your love. It is over. Leonard despises me because I would make fun of it, saying it would come to this. If it weren't for his meddling, I would have been able to meet you in just a little while. Then I could have taken you to my world. He wants to kill her. A world for us alone, more beautiful than this one. And and I have been waiting for this day for today. The day I would see you, the day you'd save me today. Heather, watch out for him. Leonard is no ordinary guy. Farewell, I love you. I loved you. Heather, my goddess. Heather, my lover. Heather, my... And then he kills himself, something like that. Absolute nut job he was. The Song of Sparrow, hard riddle level. What's this, The Song of Sparrow? Oh, is this fully Kiln? Like the, our basement puzzle? I'm not quite sure. Who killed Cock Robin? The Sparrow, they said. He wants them all dead. To him, honey sweet, they're sobbing. And on the hard... Oh, Song of the Owl. Oh, so this is a riddle on the hard one only. In the easy and normal one, you just get a key. Yeah, this is on Gurn. Yeah, this is in the crematorium. Okay, I know what this is. The owl who forgot the sky resigned to his poor earthbound state. Hungry, or didn't matter at all. He ate and ate and ate. Song of the Thrush. The grass, the thrush, so loved to eat, gave him sweet happiness. He sank deeper and in finally fell to destruction and fatal distress. Song of the Cock Robin. Cock Robin, who hid the key away, is ash in the oven, all right. The place he held is empty now, and the doors remain tightly shut. Song of the Lark. The lark's child lost all of his words, and rolled himself up all the way. Heart and mouth both lock up tight in a cage where no one wants to stay. Song of the Dove. The dove's hope died. He chose his path. His flapping wings still fell still. Drenched in scarlet where they lay, his cheeks pale, white and chill. Song of the Linnet. He seeks out her soul by his own black admission, frightening her out of her wits, whispering her songs into her ear. What cruel linnet wants, he gets. Song of the Brook, or Rook. The black rook is the praying sort, who hears the gods in the skies. His whispered petitions go without ends, and glassy and dim are his eyes. Song of the Rent. His fucking loads of songs, by the way. The Rent is with pure heart yet unrefined, makes us laugh with his feeble lips smacking. But we still know he shall never get old, and knows not how much he's lacking. Song of the Kite. We got loads of kites around our area, by the way. The kite, hot, crazy, and panting mad. Sweet shackles that tease and excite. Death itself would drive him wild. Red blood that turns a milky white. And cemetery. No, the door in the basement. Normal riddle level. And it's basically a load of like scratchings on Roman numerals that you got to use to unlock the door. On the hard level, on easy the door's already open, so that's fine. On the hard riddle level, it'll have a message: burn the ones who knows no death, pure adorned by those above, no prayers within, just simple love. And how the pinning hunter, the flames longing for his rebirth, and distant breath within the earth, burn up the heavy body of his, make the wind dancing in the sky. That bottomless gut is now a cloud, and now a sigh. The sweet blood on his laughing lips now calls him to the gates of hell. Those burns evermore that soulless shell. 4 bodies return to ash. Thus the door is open. So you got to try and figure out there's numbers on the gurneys, Roman numerals, and you basically got to figure out which order and which ones to put in. Note to the doctor, Dr. McKiff. Oh, this is in Nightmare Hospital. Please use extra caution with the patient in 312. He should still have his religious freedom here in the hospital, but he shouldn't he shouldn't push his faith on others. I'm a victim too. Rumour has it that he's got here by stabbing someone over a religious dispute. Please be careful. R. Crosby. P.S. It looks like the rumour is true. According to the head nurse, I do think he is a good person, otherwise so easy to deal with. Note, the room S312 is a typo. Should read room S12. Yeah, I thought it would have been S12, corresponding to the Leonard Wolf's room. So they're talking about Leonard in this one. Day room notebook. The world is teeming with unnecessary people. I say that every single fucking day. It's God's decision that I fight. As a knight of honour, as a protector of the seal, I sacrifice myself to the blood of criminals. Book Lost Memories. That's the name of the site. I think it's Hidden Memories. I'm not quite sure. No, it's just Silent Hill Memories. This is on the stretcher by the way, one characteristic mentioned only in the rare documents and dying out in the modern age is that the ritual of sacrifice. Offering prayers, pierce a man's chest with a copper stake, drench the altar in the blood which spouts red from the heart, to praise and show loyalty unto God. In another sacrificial rite mentioned in the same book, the victim is burned alive. This was a more dignified ceremony in which the prisoners and sinners were not allowed to participate. Only the clergy would be sacrificed. Similar to burning at the stake, no comparable rite can be found in religions practiced nearby. It may have some connection with the main deity being a sun god. Even though this religion exalts redemption, it brings to mind a dark and cultish history. Silhouette photo. Yeah, silhouette. And this is okay. We're at the amusement park now, and the dad's memo in the ice cream counter, Lakeside Amusement Park. I thought there would have been a memo in the actual apartments. By the way, Dahlia's the one who said that little girl was a demon, and then she took my daughter for a sacrifice, but it's not totally believable. I mean, appearances can be deceiving. When I saw that photo in the hospital basement, I thought that girl looks like Cheryl. That is why I feel this way. Something's not normal. Anyways, nothing good will come from this. But I just can't think of her as a demon. It is my imagination, or do I actually feel sorry for her? Why do I still think she's looking for someone to help? Cheryl's what's important to me. Everything else can wait until I got on her back. Yeah, this is from the first one. But looks like he left it in the amusement park. Carousel memo: when 13 turns count 4, you'll die from their curse. If you wish to escape, there is but one way out. To kill it before you're killed. You'll be saved by the 12th death. Right, when you get onto the carousel, use the katana, which you should have by now, or another melee weapon, and you've got to attack all the carousel horses. Once you've defeated the 12th one, that will trigger the Alessa fight. Alessa's memo. You beat her when you get this memo. It would be better for myself to die. After all, it's nothing to be afraid of. That child, that demon, when I think of endless pain it will bring when it's birthed, I decided that, instead of suffering in cruelty I endured in that sick room, that I would like to bestow a more gentle and peaceful death on myself. Why do I resist? I never thought of myself as such a fool. A prayer to God. And this is basically all the writings on the walls on the way to the church after the carousel section. Stained by evils of this world, we hold our sorrows within us. Only you can help us heal these wounds. Each morning, afternoon, evening and night we call out your name and pray for the day of the meticulous descent. I give to you unreservedly my body and eternal soul. Whenever darkness may befall me, I will endure with you beside me. As proof of your miraculous power, guide our obedient and willing souls to the road of paradise, O Lord. We will not give in to the power of temptation as long as we have you in our hearts. O Lord, save us with your compassion. O Lord, shower us with your blessings. O Lord, favour us with your abundance. No, each verse is written on the different spots of the wall. Yeah, it's not an actual book you pick up. You have to read the writings on the wall. Church door. You have to read this and then you can open the door. This door is the gate to which leads to the road of paradise. Embrace the bosom of the Holy Mother. Admit your sins and be forgiven. Eternal tranquility can be yours. And these are the paintings in the first room of the church. Myth 1 Origin. 1 Origin. In the beginning, people had nothing. Their bodies ached and their hearts held nothing but hatred. They fought endlessly, but death never came. They despaired, stuck in the internal quagmire. Birth. A man offered a serpent to the sun and prayed for salvation. A woman offered a reed to the sun and asked for joy. Feeling pity for the sadness that had overrun the earth, God was born from these two people. That's like Adam and Eve. It sounds like free salvation. God made time and divided it into day and night. God outlined the road and to salvation and gave people joy, and God took endless time away from the people. Is this the book of Adam? Creation. God created things to lead people in obedience to her. The red God, I can't read that name. The yellow God, many gods with angels. Finally, God set out to create paradise where people would be happy just by being there. Promise. But there God's strength ran out, and she collapsed. Oh, by the way, God's female in this because God's meant to be Heather. I know it's spoiling a game that's been out since 2003. She collapsed, and the world's people grieved its unfortunate event. Yet God breathed her last. She returned to dust, promising to come again. Faith. So God hasn't been lost. We must offer our prayers and not forget our faith. We wait in hope that the day when the path of paradise will be opened. St. Alessa's portrait. St. Alessa, Mother of God, Daughter of God. That don't make sense. St. Nicholas portrait. Miraculous hands, a doctor of God. Jennifer's portrait. Unwavering faith under death's blade. About syncretic religions in the library. There is no religion that has remained unchanged from the moment it was founded. This one is no exception. When this religion fell into the hands of immigrants, let me guess, they fucked it up. It was deeply influenced by their own original Christian beliefs. For example, the traditional representatives of these primal gods may be given the names and descriptions of Christian angels, for shared characteristics begin to appear. There is also one rare example of the chief deity, creator of paradise or lord serpents and reeds, being dubbed with the demon's name. Of course, this was not done by believers but their opponents. About the Tarot. Tarot is based on the 22nd Hebrew consonants, and it's said to represent the entire world. Each card, numbered 0 through 21, has a particular meaning. By reading these cards, fortune tellers predict the future. For example, the first card, the Magician, signifies creation, wisdom, beginnings or destruction, and fraud. The second card, the High Priestess, denotes intuition, harmony, faith, or dogmatism and arrogance. According to some texts, the gardener's deck had more than 22 cards. The gardener's deck does not exist today. It is mentioned only in literature. It is said that these extra cards were based on lost Hebrew vowels and denoted an otherworldly transcendental existence, i.e. gods. You do have to pick up cards throughout the church to basically use to open a door to the final section. Dad's diary. I sometimes have the sense even now that the girl is a reincarnation of Alessa. Don't worry about it much now. It's all forgiven. You were unloved, Cheryl. Or was that Alessa? Now Cheryl is Alessa again. No matter whose reincarnation she may have been, that girl is my most beloved treasure. But that name was a mistake. At the time, I thought of her only as a replacement for my lost Cheryl. When she knows the truth, will she feel bad? That's what worries me. About the cult symbol. Represents the deity known as the halo of the sun. In heraldry, symbolizes a religious group. The two outer circles are charity and resurrection. The three inner circles are present, past, and the future. Usually drawn in red, occasionally drawn in black and other colours. But blue reverses in the meaning into the curse on God, and they're more forgiven. Believers' complaints. People are starting to voice their their complaints about Father Vincent using the organisation's money for his own personal benefit. Doesn't all religious people use donators' money for their own personal benefit? That's essentially what the church is. It's a business, not a charity. I also heard rumours that Father Vincent has been extorting donations from some followers. Is he really the right person for such a position? I'm in no place to deny that all he's done to make the organisation grow. Even though we believe in God, if there was some sort of gathering, shouldn't we be valued and not our limited talents or our tokens? But for the depth of our faith, LS. Who is LS? School desk scribbles. Go home, drop dead thief. That's basically talking about Alessa right there, because that's a similar room to the first Silent Hill. Kay Gordon's notebook. There is a girl called Alessa in my class. If your memory is any good, you may remember her. She's the one that I said that they called a witch. Most likely her mother is abusing her. I've never seen her come in without some sort of scrape or a bruise. Her expression is pitifully dark for a 6-year-old. Something like this may not be so uncommon. Rather than coming up with pointless ideas, it's best for you to watch and wait. But isn't there something you can do to help? I'm considering consulting a lawyer, but I do have my reservations. That is why I thought I'd ask you, my friend, for your opinion first. Kay Gordon. Claudia's diary. November 10th. She didn't die then. She was born. I knew that for a fact. But then, why haven't I found her yet? They were supposed to need her power to build paradise for the happiness of the people. She was supposed to be reborn for that. I'd really like to see her. November 14th. Read the Book of Paradise. I want to thank Father for lending me such a invaluable book. I found what I'd been searching for in there, how to awaken God, but it's much cruel. How will I be able to pull it off when I see her? November 16th. I have free all day, so I read a modern history of refugees and young slaves, a child exploitation. What are these churches got to fucking read all of a sudden? Fucking hell. I don't want this to be a mere bystander in this world. I can't do anything now though, and that is what's hard. Birthday card. To my little Claudia, happy 6th birthday. I love you as if you were my real sister. Here's to you. That's the thing, because I really, Heather, Cheryl, whatever, or God, is meant to be siblings with Claudia. Alloy name I can't pronounce. Red liquid or crystals resembling blood. According to the something, the name was taken from a herb with the power to dispel evil spirits. It's said to grow in Arabian deserts. It may be vaporized or applied to a purse to guard against demons. It is powerful, but it is rare. It's extremely difficult to obtain. Dad's memo 2. She's just beyond this door. I don't know how, but I can sense it. But she's not the only one there. I sense a presence or something extremely dangerous, even sickening, or maybe what they call God. Nevertheless, I will open this door. Enough of this idle chit-chat. God, I'm not, but I'm fully intend to save her. No, them. Sketchbook, easy riddle level. It's basically got the sketchbook in there. This is the sketchbook that you get, like, it's in the Silent Hill, like the first one. And now normal riddle level, you actually got context. The door sure does rattle, but it's stuck tight. There's a secret hidden out of your sight. You may be thinking, what could it be? You'll need 5 magic cards if you want to see. Oh, this is in the final room before the boss. Clue to what to do with the tarot cards. What to do then with all of these? I'll tell you straight, and I won't tease, as long as you say please. The first thing you must know, that there is something in each row, but that's not the half of it. 3 would be too hard to fit. The upside down man under the ground. To his right, to his left, there is no one around. He's the bottom middle. Leave him alone, and his tears will be profound. The moon is up in the sky, follow crescent floating high, twinkling light sits like a crown on the head of the lazy crown. So that would be up in the corner. Your Excellency, praying to God most high. What do you think? You can tell me why. You always look up into the night sky, so that would be in the middle level, in the middle, I believe. Do you have it now? You didn't forget one major point you must not admit. Now at the last, before you take a whack, here's one more hint to keep you on the track. Scary and hateful, that thing at night, better be careful, it's not on your right. Turn to your left and keep it in sight. So you'll open the door. Just be sure that there'll be nothing beyond it but frightening peril. Forget about that, just stay and play, or else I'll be left alone here alone all day. Okay, and here's the one on the hard riddle level. I had a dream. In my dream I opened a door, but was that really me? I had a different name. They're the tarot cards, by the way. 5 are true and 4 are lies. There are some fibs mixed in with the truth. That's cause it's scary to write only the truth. But dreams are like lies after all, and that's the final one in the game. These are like bonus ones. Item memos. The following are readable items that are added to your inventory. Select the examine option to read them. Dad's notebook. Handed to Heather by Douglas after leaving Villa's Daisy's apartments. I hope this will never come to any use. Maybe it's better if you never know. More than anything else, I fear the possibility of your going away far from me. But sometimes we have to tell the truth. That is why I'm writing this. Before I'm lost in death and oblivion. What happened back then? That was something to do with who you are. It started 24 years ago. Coming back from vacation, my wife and I found a baby on the side of the highway. Since we were childless, we thank God for letting us meet this girl. We took her home. 3 years later, my wife died, and another 4 years later, 17 years ago, I came to Silent Hill. I heard the girl's pleas and took her with me, not knowing why she wanted us to go there. Giving you lore about Silent Hill 1 now. And it was there that the girl went away. Not that she exactly went anywhere, nor did she die. Returned to her original self. That's what Dahlia Gillespie said. Original self. That was the young woman's burnt by her mother as a sacrifice to God, Alessa Gillespie. Half her soul escaped in those flames and went on to live in a baby, that girl of mine, of ours. 7 years passed before that half a girl returned to Silent Hill and made Alessa whole again. Newly strengthened, she vowed to kill God. God, a fetus nestled into a sacrificial girl's womb, was summoned with the usual rites. This was Alessa's wish, no matter what the outcome, even if her own existence were at stake. But that wish was not granted. My interruption meant that she prayed instead for the girl's return. I alone couldn't bring her back. Dahlia did it. I only helped at the birthing ceremony to bring God out of Alessa. The newly born God wailed once and was dead. All from that girl, and probably Alessa's conscious resistance. That's not the end. After God vanished in the glow of light, Alessa reappeared and gave me a baby. She looked a lot like that girl so long ago. And then Alessa was gone, dead. There was nothing I could have done to help. I simply clutched the baby to my chest and ran off. And that was Cheryl. The whole thing felt like a dream, but I had proof that it wasn't. The girl was nowhere to be found, and in my arms the baby. Now 17 years has passed. I feel like only yesterday, and again it feels like a million years ago. I confess I had reservations first about raising that baby. Could I love her? Her existence was thoroughly unexplainable. I thought she could be that young woman who snatched away my beloved daughter. That led to sadness, anger, and there were times where I put my hands around her tiny little face. He tried to kill a baby. He tried to kill a baby. Several times I even considered abandoning her. That's what a terrible person I am. But then I decided to raise her after all. I just couldn't seem to let her go. When you look at me, you laugh so. Even though I can't forget about that girl, but I still love you. I have no doubts about that. That is why I asked you to believe. To my precious daughter, Harry Mason. Yeah, and that is what connects it. That's what connects it to this game. So it's basically a lot of lore in that one there. Douglas's notebook. Found on the chair inside the Fortune House in the next area after meeting Douglas at Lakeside Amusement Parks. Client Claudia Wolf. Request: searching for that infant, Alessa Gillespie, kidnapped by a man named Heather Mason. No words from police. Kidnapped location unknown. Old Silent Hill newspaper article: Gillespie 7 dead in fire. Links to current case to be investigated. Priority low. Using alias Heather. Neighbours does not know real name. What is she hiding? According to records, 24 years old. Client says looks 17. Plausible. That's the thing. Fake name Heather and fake age as well. Lived in Portland until 12 years ago. Got wrapped up in a murder case. Harry shot suspect. Justifiable self-defense, so no punishment. Moved away immediately after. Started to use aliases. Apparently no connection with the criminal, just some occult freak. Slightly ran off way back. Originally from Silent Hill. Book Otherworld Laws, handed to Heather by Vincent in the church's upper library. This magic square with strong protective and dispelling properties. It is called Virun VII Crest, or the Seal of Metatron. It will bring results regardless of whenever the target is good or evil. Its strength therefore places a high burden on its caster, as if it is difficult to control. It is not usually used. This is why it bears the same Metatron as after the Angel Metatron or Midriatron, also known as the Agent of God. No, it does absolutely fuck all. By the way, it actually gets used and it doesn't really do anything. Tape transcripts. This section has only one entry, which the tape is found in the church. Use it in the tape player. Cassette tape. On the desk in the bedroom of the second hallway of the church's upper level. To listen to it, insert it into a cassette player in the northern bedroom in the south hallway of the church's upper level. Right. Vincent, do you know what happened here 17 years ago? You must have been here for a long time, so you must have heard some details. Woman, a group of pagans, blinded by earthly desires, spit in the very face of God. They tried to use the seal of Metatron to prevent God's awakening. But God drove the unbelievers away and threw them into the abyss. But due to their wickedness, God was unable to be born properly. So she has slumbered ever since in the womb of the Holy Mother until the time of the awakening. That is all I know. Vincent, is that it, huh? Well, thanks, woman. Father Vincent, I heard that the Holy Mother has been found. Is that true, Vincent? Alice has been found? Did Claudia say that? Woman, yes. Vincent, then it must be true. Her sight rarely fails her. Woman, bless the Lord. Vincent, maybe it's because of her great faith, but I could never be like her. I wouldn't want to. Woman, nor I. The truth is, Sister Claudia frightens me a little. Vincent, well, now let's both show our faith by forgetting about this little talk, okay? Woman, yes. But does this mean this land will finally be the home of eternal paradise? Vincent, if God wills it, my sister, if God wills it. Notes. The following are small notes found throughout the game that are not added to your inventory's memo section. Usually little tidbits of information. They contain the same blue font as the memos. Helen's Bakery flyer. Crispy toasted bread. Straight to your very door. Everything is for sale. Helen's Bakery. That's the thing, is like sometimes like you don't pick up files from the beginning, so they're basically like readable when you just move on. Helen's Bakery flyer on extra new game. I could cite different ones. Crispy toasted dead right to your very door. Everything's on sale. Helen's Bakery. Mall storeroom lights note. Warning: when leaving a room, be sure to turn out the lights. It will be obvious if they're not switched off. Moonstone door. Pilling up the 300th day and night. From beyond the door, cries of pain are heard, and the final destination has become real, though not a blessed beginning. Danger sign. Danger. Keep out. Safety warning on the 3rd floor on the construction site. The 3rd floor ceiling has crumbled. For safety's sake, entry is forbidden. Safety warning F floor. The 4th floor has crumbled. For safety's sake, entry is forbidden. Storefront posable sign. Storefront posables. Penril endless sign is basically like signs for like the doors. Monica's dance studio. Locked room note. I got a map of that building from Mr. Harris. Come to the office and get it. It's in the Hilltop Centre. Gallery of Fine Arts. Flame purifies all. KMN Auto Parts. Eco Interiors and for Fashions is basically signs on for like shop fronts, that sort of thing. Green room, rig room plates, examination room office. Junior high school chemistry book. When you pour diluted hydrogen peroxide onto manganese dioxide, oxygen is produced. Although oxygen will not burn on its own, it will help other things to burn. Oxygen is also formed when disinfectant iodoxal is poured into grated vegetables or liver. It's basically showing you mix this stuff and it will kill them flies in the other room, but you gotta like blow all the gases out afterwards with a fan. Hilltop Centre plate. Hilltop Centre. Daisy's Villa plates. Daisy's Villa Apartments. Note: despite the text, the plate itself actually reads Daisy Villa Apartments. It's only an S, it doesn't really matter. Movie posted quote. Moving away comes, it's corny but true. Morning always comes, corny but true. But if your eyes are closed, it'll always feel like night. Haven's Night poster. Return of Lady Maria from 8 p.m. on the 27th. So yes, thing is like Maria, well, like before Silent Hill times, she was a erotic dancer. So, yeah. Food note: food only. Do not store drugs. Extra costume password. Extra costume password. Touch my heart, and that'll give you the fancy or fucking I can't remember the actual anyway, but it's like similar to that. Special treatment room note. Punishment for brutality towards patient 12 hours confinement in the special treatment room. Dismissal policy no longer in effect. Contact the chief if you have any questions. There is something handwritten on the top of the typewritten sentence. The trick is not to leave any marks. And one other thing. This looks like it was written by a different person. The chief is a pervert. Christie would have been better off if she had been fired. Drama. Happy birthday notes. Happy first birthday. Happy 38th birthday. That's from Stanley Coleman, by the way. Mountain Coaster signs. Nameplate. Oh, this is in the Nightmare Amusement Park. Nameplate besides the brown door has a semicircle pathway. Mountain Coaster. Sign nearly ascending stairs to the ride. Mountain Coaster platform. Haunted Mansion sign. Borley's Haunted Mansion. Haunted Mansion's warning. If you have a weak heart or may be pregnant, please refrain from entering. Any children under the age of 8 must be accompanied by an adult. And the exit sign, exit. See you next time. That was actually a really interesting section. I love the Borley's Haunted Mansion. Swinging rocket sign, swinging rocket. Happy carousel sign, happy carousel entry. Church library puzzle. Various notes found on library shelves in the church's upper level. Only found in extra new game on the hard riddle level. A secret told before you awaken. To start of a new transformation. The first number is the Traveller from St. Ives. The second number is the Hare wear a crown of straw. The third number is the King of Beasts and the Goddess of Harvests. The fourth number is a representative of both knights and page. The fifth number is Lapis Lazuli or turquoise. Turquoise. There is no separating numbers from beginning to end. 14 buttons all told, therefore 1 is always 2. And that's it. That is it. Over an hour long. I knew it's going to be like this. So yeah, that's been it for the Silent Hill 3 file readings. Next week I'll be doing the next one. I think Silent Hill The Room. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed this, and I'll see you guys next time.